Inspo+Radio, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to bring Tura off just for a second because I wanted to introduce Tura before we get started, our special guest today. We have an interesting show today, Chico. It's me and you because I think we're going to get a bit of an international perspective that you've brought us. We have a lot to talk about in terms of people being able to buy shares in Taylor Swift songs and Beyonce songs, and of course Web3 picks of the week, and of course that sort of stuff that we do as a music show. But we wanted to give a music perspective to what's going on in the world today, especially in Myanmar, where we're hearing stories of a civil war that's going on for the past 3 years plus. That has definitely affected, those artists in
I'm
the
already gonna
scene
cry.
and the people. It's pretty emotional when you think of it because our problems are quite small when it comes to trying to do art in a place that is probably a war torn. When you look at the footage, it's pretty intense. Like it's not. This is an actual civil war that's going down in Myanmar that has a lot of violence, a lot of elements of martial law that have implications throughout throughout the world. So it's
Yeah,
tough.
and honestly, more so for the youth and kids that are like, I'm 27, and this is like my generation, and and younger, like, that are dealing with this, and it's 2024, just like Ukraine. But I guess, for Myanmar, like, I have a special love for Myanmar because they are just such amazing, talented kids out there that do music, that are artists, and they need help. And a lot of the world is not, they know about Ukraine, but they don't know about what's going on in Myanmar. And I'm in Bali. I'm, as a half Asian, I think it's really important to spotlight this, for them, because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be in conversations in people's lives around the world as
And that's
well.
part of why we brought in our guest Tura, who's a graphic designer for music brands, and he has currently had to flee to Dubai to escape what's going on in the civil war in Myanmar at the moment. And so,
And I only know Tura because he's a fan of Kaku. He has supported Kaku's music. Kaku has a huge fan base in Myanmar, and I just remember, like, when this all went down, like 3-4 years ago. They were just messaging, and I started getting really involved in this because of Tura, and then this girl, like, that we're going to be speaking about, like, all of them were reaching out, thanking me for posting about this, and bringing awareness to this, because like, they felt alone uh, in what was going on in their country, and the world was not helping, and people weren't being um, taking initiative or seeing how important and how, like, tragic the situation actually is for these kids, for these people, the youth and the next generation as well.
absolutely, let's bring in Tura. Tura, welcome to the show. Our special guest, coming live from Dubai. We have a bit of a delay, so we thank you very much for your time and joining us and talking about your experience. Again, I think it's a very interesting perspective that you have. A being right there at the moment, but just to fill us in, like give us a background of what was happening in Myanmar at the time of the military coup leading up to it. Like it seemed like prosperity, things were happening in Myanmar.
And there was a new president
So,
elected.
yeah, like the new president elected. The new president elected is when it all started. So before that, everything was quite growing, and then after the new election, like the new Democratic Party won landslide, and then the military started trying to control over the country, like illegally, and then things started to happen really quite messy around.
And who was what's the name of the president that was actually elected, that was chosen by the people?
It's chosen by the people is Dawn San Suu Kyi.
And she won the Nobel Peace Prize as well.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
she's really old right now. and so like she's still in house arrest till now.
So take us
Yeah.
to that
Like
experience of that. So, you have a flourishing country, and there's a democratically elected leader suddenly has taken over and overthrown. Americans might fear this very much so, but like by
Trump,
a military coup.
for
And so,
Americans, Trump takes like if Trump doesn't win and they're like nope, this is not the president that's going to be president, and then they do a coup. That's basically what's going on for people that are watching. That's basically what happened in Myanmar, so, and continues.
well, what was your experience of that? Like,
okay.
take us to that day that suddenly soldiers are showing up at the Capitol.
So like so this is the first time like we haven't been experienced before. Like we never imagined. So on the first day, like we were kind of like peaceful protesting on the street, and then a few days later, like soldiers keep shooting at people for peaceful protesting, and then like this is I don't know, this is the scary moment of my life. Yeah, like
And
I
they
saw
go to
people dying on the street. Mm. Sorry.
and I said they go to the people's houses to get the kids that were protesting.
Yeah, like some really young people, they 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 harass they bully they beat them really hard on that day. Yeah.
So
And
you
how were
have
you feeling? How were you feeling that day?
Like I said, like this is my first time experience of this violent mass. I felt really scared. Like I don't know how to describe words. Like I was terrified, truly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And so this has led you to flee Myanmar. But it sounds like you were there for quite a long time. What is the what is it like after this martial law? It seems like
Uh,
there's definitely no concerts. There's no music scene going on. Why is that?
yeah. I think like after all the protesting, the military trying to take control of the city. So like they established this martial law. So they seize all entertainment for the people. Like they want the civilians to live in fear. They want them to feel like they are being controlled, so that they can continue the process of the military process. Yeah. So there's no entertainment, concerts and then shows for almost a year. So the military control started in 2021, and then the show started back only on 2022 April. So like at that time there's no show, there's
Because
no entertainment.
you also have martial law, and so I guess how's that changed life?
uh, like martial law really is not that different to us, because like we've experienced a lot of time back before in 2010. Like there were also military people military people governing the country back in 2010. Like they also established a lot of martial laws. So we are not how can I say, we are used to it. But martial law is this is different because of like they are bullying people, because our people experience a democracy for like 5 years. So they can see from their eyes that this is not the right way. So how can I say, military trying to take control and then beat them to learn their lesson this time,
You
if you
can't
are
even
caught
stay
in
out
martial
past
law.
10 p.m., right? There's like a curfew, and there's
Yeah, yeah,
very strict things.
curfew going on. Yeah, like they will
And
arrest you for it
yeah,
if you go out there.
and it's just crazy to me that you guys only experienced 5 years of democracy. Like
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
like
it's
Americans
only
need it.
the
Like the world needs to realize how
okay.
lucky they are in the country that they live in that has democracy.
Yeah.
Because you
I'm now
experienced that.
25 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm now 25 years old, but I only experienced freedom for like 5 years.
Wow.
And so you're currently fleeing because there is a forced conscription of young men your age to join the fight and join the military. Is that right?
Yeah, it's correct. They are collecting people at my age. They are collecting people at my age to join forces to military. They are trying to make the scenario like civilians versus civilians. So yeah, this is the situation here. They are collecting males from 18 to 35, also female from 18 to 35. Starting from 5th batch, they announced that.
Wow. And you said that your friends already received the draft, were
They
notified,
received it already, yeah.
and that's why you fled, because you're going. Imagine the military forcing you to fight against your own homies that are against what's going on, and it's just sick. It's sick and it's painful and it's scary, and I can't imagine what that must have felt like for you last week to have to leave your mom and dad, and and not know when you're gonna see them again, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
harsh rule. Just really, it sounds like really harsh rule. I think you were mentioning earlier, you can't even turn up music that would state any violence against anybody, or you'd be put into jail.
Yeah, like if there's any resistance sentence or words, they will kind of arrest you.
Very interesting. Very prohibitive for my playlist, let me tell you. I'm going to throw up a QR code. Guys, this is just more for your information. This is a link to a leader of the Freedom Fighters. This is in the native language, though. So you will have to
Yeah.
Google Translate to decipher. But this is more for your information, guys. And it also does, as Tura has led us to this particular site, because this does seem to be one of the more official sites, if you will. There's a lot of scam sites out there, so please do
Sarah,
be
do you
careful when
want to
clicking around.
Do you want to explain what this like when people click on this QR code, like what this, who started this, who the foundation, and what people can actually do for Myanmar and the kids there?
Okay. So when you QR the code, this will lead you to Facebook page. Who is Hanin Reu? She is one of the freedom fighters back in 2021. She
One of the
started this community. Yeah, one of the first. She's not the first, but one of the first. So like the um, she created this community to see inside information from from the daily lives of freedom fighters, how their difficulties and how they are preventing and protecting people from military. So like fundraising project is what she did, and then she will explain to you if how you can donate and like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think? So really quick, Tara, I'm just going to explain. I just really want to actually just explain to the viewers here that, I'm grateful. I'm just so grateful for Web3 community and the Sun community, because speaking on this topic, I'm going to talk about Kong really quick, and I'm going to tell the viewers because of Web3, because of Saw and Sound, we were able to help, be in a position to help another kid that's actually in Myanmar right now, but he does the animation. He has done animations for San, and you guys all loved it, and
Yeah.
he's because of Son and because of Web3 and because of you guys in the community and this platform, you guys have given us the ability to help him get out. And now he will be joining us in Bali very soon. And he will be receiving a job through Sun. So I just want to thank the community, and I want to thank Web3 for creating a platform, because if it weren't for you guys and Web3 and all these projects, like, we wouldn't have been able to be in a position to help people like Tura, like Kong. So I just want to remind people that are watching, that are in Web3, that Web3 is not just about making money, but it's about really helping others and using this platform as a place where we can actually make a difference in the world.
And worldwide. Well said. We I want to give you Tura, any last words. You're going to share a song with us, as we do here on the show. May and Past 12 by Kyle, the Yellow remix. Is there some meaning there for you with this song?
There's no meaning, but this is like comforting song for us. Like for me, I listen to it whenever I feel like difficulty in the moment. Yeah, this is the song that heals me. This is the song that uplifts my mood at that time. Yeah. So this is the particular moment of mine.
And
This
these
song.
are, and they're from Myanmar.
They're from
The
Myanmar.
artist,
Yeah.
the artist is from Myanmar. So we're going to play this out. But is there anything you'd like to say, Tura?
Is there anything that you would like the world to know about your country and your people, and what you guys like, what they can do to help?
Okay. And thank you for the opportunity. But what I say is a little bit information. But when you try to search on the net, you expand your knowledge on what's really going on here. This is the situation. My situation's how can I say? Is a little bit better, a little bit better. But in my country, there are a lot of people are suffering every day. So hope you can cure the. Hope you can go to the QR code and start. Please support us if you can. I'm sorry for the. I'm sorry for my English.
No, your English is great.
It's much. It's probably better than Bobby's. Bobby would be here just usually half sober. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, you guys just need help to support, and this QR code is going to go directly to help the freedom fighters and the kids that are trying to fight for democracy.
Tura, give us your sense of what's going on currently, because it seems from the news reports, again, brief. I'm like, coming from American media, just the viewpoint, which is a very bad one. But it seems like the rebels are turning the tide. The rebels are winning because they're doing exactly what you're saying, having to recruit their own families against the fight. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to fight against your own family, your own friends, when you don't firmly believe in the cause. And it seems like the rebels are, due to this fact, are starting to turn the tide and win. Is that your sense of it?
Yeah, like they're trying to win this year. Like they're reaching the end point, and then this recruitment started. So yeah, I don't know how it will happen, because
That's why the draft
we are
happened,
hoping
because
like
actually they were winning.
yeah, actually they are winning. Yeah, but since this recruitment, I'm fear that there's an upcoming war, that it will happen this year or maybe next year. I don't know. Like there will be a major war brewing. Like if a lot of people are recruited. So
and everyone that's watching, you guys need to remember, Myanmar, a lot of people don't have the means to get out. So is one of the lucky ones, but his family, his mom and dad and his cousins are still there, and he's only 25 years old. And they, by the way, Minty, I was telling Tara, I don't like calling them rebels. I'm calling them freedom fighters, because they're fighting for their freedom and their rights and their democracy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tura. Come on back anytime if you have
Thank you.
more to say and more to speak about this. It's important that being in this worldwide web of really worldwide web of human connectedness, especially our show. We're a music show and we're very humble, but I think it is important to have these conversations because things like this may in past 12 Kayal and what it means to you and how it gets you through a tough time like this. Let's listen in. Thank you, Tura.
Yes, thank you, Tura. And
Thank
just
you.
know, like, your future is bright and nothing's going to stop you. And you got this. And you're in, especially in my prayers and Kaku's prayers, okay? And you can call us anytime.
Okay.
I want to see his face.
Sorry.
I said I want to see her face as the music's going, maybe.
All right, everybody.
It's like I'm drowning in my pain, waiting for the day. And if you love me,
Hi,
we're Visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide.
Always like it's crazy. Spotify just like, and even SoundCloud have like commercials now that just really latch in there, and they don't allow you to sort of get around them. Holy cow, that got a little deep for us here on Inspo.Radio. Usually we're here for the Inspo, and typically we are. Like, good news. Life is good, guys. We're very lucky to even be joining together here today and talk about this sort of stuff.
I want to fly over and join the fight. Like, it's just like, so many amazing artists are being suppressed and scared for their future. Like, can you imagine? Like, I'm 27. Can you imagine? To his 25, he's technically a refugee now. Like, honestly, and he had to leave his family. And imagine, being suppressed and not being able to grow as a musician in that country. And no, other musicians aren't really being aware of this or doing anything either, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off because, they're so talented. Like, you just heard that song, like Yellow, like he's on me actually, like Kaku's, like it just pisses me off, like that they're getting suppressed and they're not being able to
it's always an early indicator, sadly, especially within Southeast Asia. I've been looking into this recently, bizarrely, and there were certain, times in certainly in Vietnam and during the Khmer Rouge, you have just these, these regimes that were coming up, and they start to control culture, and they start to lock off access to culture, and they just kill very vibrant scenes. And it sounds like that was happening, in Myanmar, and then
and the fact that these kids, they went from producing and DJing at clubs and trying to get their name out there. Now they're joining the fight, and they're seeing their friends die, and it's to me, it's just like, I can't comprehend, like, Tura even said, like, he saw people dying, like, on the streets and all this, and I just cannot comprehend just, how they went from having that freedom and the country flourishing to and getting to express themselves musically and learn from other DJs and have DJs come into the country and and do shows and stuff, and now they're scared of what their future looks like, and so seriously, guys, like, if you guys have any love for Son, for me, please help, and please scan that QR code.
I'll show it up. I'll throw it up there again. Again, this is more for information, guys, so that you guys can get more informed. I'm hoping that we can be a bit more informed ourselves through our connection with Tura, that we can understand the situation better as time progresses, and as things progress in this scenario, in the situation. But it doesn't sound like a very good one. It sounds like the staging for a very, very challenging road ahead, especially again when you look at those indicators of what happens to culture in those areas and how they sort of isolate. And what that leads to.
Yes.
So,
and if you guys appreciated the animations on the Son page, and you saw all the really amazing detailed animations, like these are he's from Myanmar as well, and he's fleeing, and he's going to be a refugee, and we have the opportunity to house him, and he's coming to Bali because of Son. So thank you guys so much, and please, if just know that it's not just asking to donate to to random people. Like, these are people that are actually connected to our platform, to Son, that we all are came together because of Son. And this kid is literally did the animations, and he's going through this too, not just just like Tura is. So at the end of the day, please remember that, and please remember, like, every time you like his animations, remember, like, hello, donate too.
There you go. I feel guilty now moving on to music stuff. I'm just like, oh yeah, there's a lot of music stuff. Especially our next song is just like, it's so ironic that one of the songs that we highlighted at the end of the year last year has gone on into massive Web2 success for Angel Baby, one of my favorites in this space. But he just crossed 3.5 or so million streams on Spotify. So I just wanted to highlight Life is Good, because man, life is tough, but we're
and
here.
Also at the end, and also I think, because I think Tura is still tuning in, I think he needs music is therapy. Music is therapy. So at the end of the day, let's play some music to to kind of help him, because I can't imagine what he went through and what he's going through at this moment right now. And I think music has helped him, like the song that he just spotlighted for us. That's what gives him hope. That's what that song that you just played gives him hope when he's feeling lost, lost and anxious of his future. Like, this
That's
song,
what music does. Yeah, that's why we do the show.
Yeah.
We do the show to cheer you guys up,
for the people,
to give you guys information about what music can do for you. Its healing properties, its emotional connectiveness to each other, and at the end of the day, guys, it's all about perspective, and it can be tough, but most of the time, life is good.
Life is good, I'm great, another circle around the sun, the world's in flame,
But at least we're having fun.
Is great. My head's an antenna, I'm wide awake. Restless when my life is great, but I'm mad and I'm sad and I'm misunderstood.
Life is good, I'm great. Another circle around the sun. The world's in flames, but at least we're having fun.
So super catchy, right? Chico, what if you could have made a bet back then during the show and you could have said, like, you know what? That's a hit, Minty. And you
I
could
would
have
have
made a
never
bet. Would you have made a bet or would you have been like, no, I'm out?
I would have been like, nah, there's no way.
No. See, this is the thing. That's the interesting thing that's going on with the space right
Sorry,
now.
Rachel, baby, I love you, but
Because
like,
no, this is what it's about. You're not supposed to like all the music that we play, Chico. Because
I'm like Paula.
we love each other's choices. That's the show. But there's this new format that's being generated by all the big wigs, the Spotify's in the world. They're all the big people are getting, all the big labels and stuff are getting together to offer you shares in Taylor Swift and Beyonce, and it's insane. Just trying to take sort of the heart of what I think we like, right? The heart of what we like about NFTs and this sort of this connectedness, and they're trying to monetize it. What's that?
It has to be Beyonce and Taylor Swift because of goddamn Super Bowl situation, and then literally the guy was like, "Oh, Taylor Swift has put football on the, like the NFL on the map," and then everyone's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you're really going to say like Taylor Swift has more impact than Beyonce?" I lost it. I got so angry because Beyonce is queen. Okay, Beyonce is queen, and honestly, like, I just can't. I can't even listen to a Taylor Swift song anymore. I can't.
Their impact is huge, and their numbers are even bigger because the startup jukebox, JKBX is the acronym here. JKBX, pronounced jukebox. They have gotten backing of pretty much all the big wigs, especially what feels icky is they have Spotify's as one of their investors. So you know that there's something here that is just not kosher for what's going to happen to the artist. They're going to sell shares basically of songs, and you'll be able to purchase these shares of securities that are proven through the pipeline of legalese, if you will, so that people can participate in this way in the most minimal way possible, though. So it's like you're being a fan. The expected rates of return are somewhere in 3 to 4%. So I mean, you might as well just put your money in.
You know what? It's
anything
kind of funny how this worked out because Tura did say earlier that Taylor Swift, they listened to actually like they actually listened to Taylor
That's
Swift.
right. I wanted to touch base with him on that. You're right. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, Minty, you asked her, like, is there any, like, songs, like, because, you were talking about Ukraine and they listen to Bon Jovi when they fight the Russians. Like, you were asking if there's any, like, artists, and one of the artists was actually Taylor Swift in Myanmar. They listened to Taylor Swift.
It was interesting because he provided sort of a rationale for it. He's like, because the people are engaging emotionally with what's, with the lyrics in her songs and can connect to it in that way, but clearly in a very different way.
Sorry, I'm just still like,
There is no return to fun, guys. This is like it's anchored in seriousness.
I wanted to fun, but I'm saying it's just like, I just feel really blessed. Even though it's, I wish I can do more, and like I really want to get on a goddamn plane and go and join the freedom fighters and like hell, because I would raise hell. I would, you know what I mean? Like people hear
She could
me.
raise basically whatever country she's in. They actually had to move her from Taiwan to Bali because she was a threat to starting the
Honestly, yeah, that's real. Low key.
Somebody's been in this space for a while. Yoshiro Mayer did a remix, and I caught him on Pop-Up Record Shop. I'll put the contact details down below. Pop-Up Record Shop, led by Abel and Nate Guppy. Great show, great spaces on Fridays. And I just kind of happened to tune in and caught this bit of a remix competition. But I think it's a really interesting phenomenon. We had a remix competition, but I think it's opening up now to where, especially on platforms like SoundXYZ that are a bit more social, having this idea of permissionless remixes. So I can say, like, you can put up a vocal, Chico, and be like, hey, like whoever does the best is going to get, $200 from me. and I'm gonna put you on, or I'm gonna do a music video for you, whatever. You can list your things, and then people can basically just permissionless. Like they don't need to ask you and say, "Oh, Chico, can I get your
that
vocals?"
word, and don't forget to please scan that QR code, because we want them to have permissionless lifestyle and music, creativity out in Myanmar. Just I'm gonna always stay back.
Let's push it. We'll push it during the song. Here we go.
Inspo+Radio, and I find our platform. I can do something viral.
Mixed so well, it sounds so good in the soundware. When I heard it, so I actually had to go off the site to go to this track directly so I could hear it with clarity. There have been almost a dozen or so remixes of this. And this one to me is just so clean. It brings up the vocals. Yoshirome remix of Buzz, Liberation.
Oh.
Liberation is the band, Buzz is the track. It's just a good mix. And again, it opens up this world of permissionless interaction with music, because when things are, hopefully, as we grow more on chain, this still, if you go to how this all was broken down, it was still kind of an on your honor thing of just like, hey, check out this Mirror XYZ post, and like, here's the link, you can download the vocals and you can play with it. But it was like, ideally, I think we want to get to that point where it's like it's going to be on chain, so they're asking for 50% of revenues, like if you do use it. But hopefully that gets to a point where it's just on chain, where you can download. And once you do download, hey, there's something for the Parrot Radio people, our friends over there. If you can download that track, and then automatically there's maybe an attribution or somehow a license given for that 50% rev share. So when that track is actually posted, it's going to be identified as a 50% rev share for those who participate in something like that. We also got other hot tracks like Hot and Cold featuring Casey.
Yes, Jed, straight up Jed. Let's go. I've played some of his 2 of his songs before. I think he's from Guam. He is funny. I was about to swear. I don't know if I'm about to swear.
No, we can only talk about very serious things here. No swearing here.
He is funny AF, and he is a living meme. But he's also a really dope artist that is not being appreciated either. And he's from
the tracks that you've shown. I have to say the tracks that you've shown so far are actually really, really good. Super talented.
So here, Par, have a day. Let's listen to some straight up Jet today. Woo!
Let's go. If we can get audio, audio would be good. Let's try this.
I get nostalgic with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me fucked up with you. Hot and cold, yeah. Don't get me started with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me hook, line, sinker. Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Off and on with hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Off and on with love. I purge my camera roll, yeah. You don't know him no more, yeah.
He's such a good vocalist. He has such interesting ways of getting into the rhythms.
Analyzing all up over my old identity. I don't think this love meant to be, yeah. Tell me what it is, tell me what it ain't. Tell me if you want it. I don't want no time wasted. Run it back, then we get nostalgic. I get nostalgic with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me fucked up with you. Hot and cold, yeah. Don't get me started with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me hook, line, sinker. Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Off and on with hot and cold, hot and cold. Hot and cold, off and on with love and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, off and on with love and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, off and on with love.
Take you out to Marianas, let me be very honest. This shit escaped from me. Not a lot of people get to see the side of me, even get the story. So if I'm spilling all this tea, you better steep it for me. Eating 5-star Michelin on Bayside, overlooking peach color sunsets, you blaze right. You like your eggs over easy with fillets, right? Legs over my shoulders, up by my head, right? Tasha, they was stuck with me. Never knew that she would stop loving me. Now I'm stuck in it in recovery. Lost, feel like I got a slug in me. I know, now me off it deal with the pain. Taught me how the real twin flame. Now me in Japan, you're not the same. Every time you play them games. Make it away. Now when I hit your phone, you never wanna reply. But every single time you hit me phone, you want to retry. Why?
Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Off and on with hot and cold, with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me fucked up with you. Hot and cold, yeah. Don't get me started with you. You got my whole heart, you got my whole soul. You got me hook, line, sinker. Hot and cold, yeah. Off and on with love.
Okay, what did you think?
No, he's great. This is the thing. I'm already a fan of Jed because you've showed him about at least 2 times before. And like I said, he has an ability as a vocalist to really blend in with the melodies and bring like
He's
just
so
a cool
underrated.
edge. Yeah, he really is. Why don't we have him on the show? Bring him on the show, Chico.
Absolutely, yes. Let's
Just
do
bring
it
him on.
maybe next week, if that's possible.
Boom.
Also,
Done.
I kind of just had the best idea, but guys, please don't forget. I'm gonna like keep saying this, something like, please scan that QR code, like please, and please to help donate and help get them, freedom back, and so that they can join Web3, so that they can, join Sound XYZ and put their music out, for the kids in Myanmar that want to be in the music industry, that want to do Web3, that want to, let's help the fight, and so that they can have that opportunity again back, which is, speaking of which, since it's just you, Bobby's not here. I don't know where he went, but
He's with us in spirit. He's with us in spirit.
Always. But I just, want to run this by you and the viewers that are tuning in right now. Like, I kind of just had this idea, like, anyone in Web3, like, in the community, like, or anyone that's watching this right now, if you are a producer, just like, we did that kind of competition, for people to do the remixes and then they can produce for, a track. It's not going to be a competition, but if anyone that's tuning in right now, if you guys do make music, please, if you're down to be a part of this with me, I actually want to do a fundraising campaign by making a song with a producer that's in the Web3 community. If you know anyone or suggest anyone, please tag them in the comments below, because I am looking for producers so that we can make a track to put on Sound XYZ and put on the platforms to raise money actually for the fight for the freedom fighters.
There you go. This is that's a rebellious spirit of music, and it's always been part of culture to rally. I think a lot of there was a whole documentary about Jimmy Carter, how he used and rallied music of the time to gain a platform and gain a voice for that platform. And music is a huge part of that. So anything that we can do on the show, happy to do. Again, that QR code is just for informational purposes only, so that you guys can get a better understanding. It is in the native language, so you'll have to Google Translate it and get more of a perspective. But that apparently is a verified source from our friend Tura to get information about that specific conflict. And so,
yes,
guys,
so please don't forget. I'm now looking for a producer that's in Web3, that's part of the community, the Web3 community. If you know anyone, you think of anyone, please tag them below and mention, in the comments, so I can check them out and reach out to them, so that we can actually start getting the ball rolling and making this happen, so that we can actually put out a track. And 100% I'm not going to take anything from it. 100% is going to actually go to the kids that are still in Myanmar, and to the cause of democracy, and bringing that back for Myanmar. So
do it for the kids, do it for democracy. Come on, let's make music.
Do it for freedom and expression.
do it for freedom. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Chico.